Hello, beautiful people. Hola, annyeonghaseyo, bonjour, ni hao, namaste. Welcome back to my channel. And I'm really excited for this video because today I'm going to do my first book haul. And these are the books that I have accumulated in the last 6 months. But before I tell you about this book haul, I just want to share that I have already read those books, because once I get books, I can't wait. And so I have read most of these books, but I just wanted to share with you guys the books that I've got over the 6 months. So let's get started. The very first book of the year that I bought was I Fell in Love with Blankly, and this is the book that I purchased for on the very first month of the year. And now the hardcover of this version is now come, and that has a pretty cover, and I have my eyes on that because that has a really pretty cover, though this cover is also pretty. And so this is about a group of teenagers in a hospital who are dealing with deadly diseases, but they somehow find solace in each other company. And this is really a very captivating and emotional read, and I just really loved reading this book. And the next book that I bought was the Iliad by Homer, and this is the book that I had my eyes on it for a very long time, and finally I wanted to read this book, but I have not read this yet. And this is a Greek mythology literature, and this is basically about the Trojan War that happened, and I'm really excited to read this book. And the next book that I bought was a kind of series, or I don't know what I call this, but I call it Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. So I got these 3 books in this one, and this is the first one in the series is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and the second is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe, and the third one is Before Your Memory Fades. So this book come together, and I just loved reading this book. And this is a magic realism Japanese literature, and I had really fun reading these books because this has a really unique story. So this is basically about this cafe which can transport people in the past or in the future, and they can meet someone of their choice, and for that they have to sit on a particular chair in this cafe. And this was really a great read, and it has wonderful message for the all humankind. And so I find Japanese literature are really more inspirational and have a really deep meaning to it. So these are the books that I really loved reading. And the next book that I bought was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and I have already read this book in the past, but I did a reread for this book, and it was just a wonderful story, because when I read it first time I did not like it at all, but now I just love this book, and it has a really deep meaning. And so this is about this girl Nora Seed, who is just full of regrets, and she just did not wanted to live anymore, so she committed suicide. But then she wake up in a library which is full of books, and every book is a chapter from her life, and about all the decisions she could have made in her life. So this is really a thought-provoking, and just to reflect back on all the decisions we made. So this is really inspiring book. And the next book that I bought, and I just wanted to read this book for a very long time, but I have not started it because I want to have all the books in this series, and then I can do a reading blog for this one. And this is Saturn Me by Staran Mafi, and I just wanted to have this book for a very long time, but now I've seen all the books in the series, and all the books are so pretty, and I wanted to just have all of them, so I can start reading this one. The next book that I have is On Earth We Are Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Wong, and this is a book that I don't know much about, but I have started reading, and I just think this has a very deeper meaning, because this is about the life of outsiders in America during war, and this deals with medicine and drugs and gender identity and domestic violence. So this book is full of a lot of things, and I'm looking forward to just read this whole book. And the next book is A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman, and this is the book that I absolutely loved, and I just finished this book 2 or 3 days ago, and this was a fantastic read. And this talk about this old man Ove who is just full of rules and regulations, and he is just mourning his wife's death, but a family next door changed a lot of things for him and he started living his life. So this is a really great book, and Frederick Beckman is always a wonderful writer. Next book that I have is my friend bought it for me, and it was just my mistake that I asked her to buy this one, because this was the third book in the series, and this is Twisted Love, and this is the third book in the series of Twisted series. And I have read the first one and I needed to buy the second one, but it was my mistake that I said to buy this one. I thought this was the second, but this is book number 3, and so I have read just first and I don't know what it is about, but I'm looking forward to read the second one, though I've not enjoyed that book very much, but I wanted to just finish this series. And the next book is another by the same author, and this is King of Wrath by Anna Huang, and this is the first book in the series of King of Sin series, and I have read this one as well as the second book in the series, that is King of Pride. And I can say that Anna Huang is my guilty pleasure writer, because her stories are not very unique, but I just find love reading this book. So I can say that I did not enjoy this one very much, but I enjoyed the second book, that is King of Pride, more than this one. And the next one is my very first manga read, and this is Spy Family. Spy Family by Tatsuo Endo, and I have the 8 volumes of this series, and the 9th one just came out, and I don't have that access to that one. I bought it together and I really enjoyed this one, so I'm excited to read all the volumes in this one. And the next one is Norwegian Wood by Murakami, and I bought this book for the video that I did in past about reading Namjoon's recommendation. So I bought this book for that video, and I absolutely loved reading this book. And this is about this teenage boy Toru Watanabe, who is just engaged in a love triangle between a woman, Naoko, who is fragile and she has some mental problems, and while Midori, outgoing student in his class. So this was a very fun read, and as you know, Murakami is always come up with a wonderful stories to read. So this was really a fantastic book, and I'm so proud that I bought this one. Next book is Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and I absolutely love this book. I have listened to the audiobook in the past, but I did not have the physical copy of this book, but I just wanted to have this on myself, so I bought it, and now I have a physical copy, and I listened to the audiobook and I absolutely loved the audiobook, so that's why I wanted to have the physical copy, and now it's here. And the next book that I bought was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabriela Zevin, and this is the book that everyone was talking about, and I just wanted to have this books to know what is so special about this book, and this is really a very special book, so I wanted to have this in. I've read it, but I've talked about it in the previous video, so I won't talk about it a lot, but I find this book really unique one, so I wanted to have this on myself. And the last 2 books that I recently received was the one that I absolutely loved, and I read the first one and I instantly wanted to buy it. So I got this in pair, and I got it, and this is the Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score and Things We Hide from Light by Lucy Score, and these are the second book that came together. And I have already read this one, but I have to read the second one, and I listened to the audiobook of this book, so I wanted to have the physical copy to read and to listen audiobooks together. So this one is that I bought, and I absolutely love the cover. They are so pretty, and so thus I wanted to have them on myself. So that's it. That's bring us to the end of the video, and these were some of the books that I wanted to share with you. I just really love these books, and they are fantastic, and I love each and every book in this stack, and I will share with more books if I bought in the next half of the year. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.